If you're over 65 and you want to be able to climb stairs more easily, then this video is perfect for you. If you don't know who I am, my name is Will Harlow and I'm the Over-Fifties specialist physio here at HT Physio in Farnham. And today I'm going to be showing you how to climb stairs more easily by strengthening the right muscle groups. Now, climbing stairs is actually a complex task for the human body. It uses lots of different muscle groups. Your joints have to be mobile and your muscles have to be strong. And for many people over the age of 65, both of those things have got worse over time. Their muscles aren't as strong and their joints aren't as mobile. So in today's video, I'm going to show you some of my favorite exercises to help people who struggle with climbing stairs. They're fantastic exercises for a wide range of people, but they're not going to be suitable for everyone. So make sure you get checked out by your doctor first. Avoid these exercises if they cause you any pain, and don't do them against the advice of your healthcare professional. Let's have a look at the exercises now. To climb stairs safely and effectively, you need 4 things. The first thing you need is strength in your quads. And your quads are these muscles here at the front of the thigh, and they're the ones that contract to push you up the step. The second thing you need is strength in your glutes. And your glutes are the muscles at the back of the hip, and they control the alignment of the pelvis when we walk and when we lower ourselves down from a step. So if you don't have strong glutes, your knee is going to fall inwards and your pelvis is going to drop, and it's not going to be particularly safe or comfortable. The next thing you need to safely climb stairs is good balance, because at some point during the step climbing process, you are going to be on one leg. So as you go from one step to the next, you have to transfer all of your weight over onto one leg. And if you don't have 2 handrails, you're going to need some element of balance. And then the final thing you need is good muscular control throughout the whole lower body. Now, when we're climbing stairs, if we're going up the stairs, we call that a concentric action, because as we push up, the muscles here and here get shorter. And then when we're going downstairs like this, we call that an eccentric action, which is where the muscles are getting longer, okay? But they're still contracting, so we need to control that lengthening phase of the movement. So those are the 4 things, and I've got some exercises today to show you exactly how to improve all 4 aspects of your body so that you can climb stairs more easily. So the first great exercise I've got for you to help you climb stairs more easily is the single leg dip. And I love the single leg dip because it strengthens your quads, it strengthens your glutes, and it improves balance and single leg control. So it ticks all the boxes. So to make this exercise work, you just need something to hold on to. So I'm going to hold on to the back of this chair. We're going to work one leg at a time. So holding onto the chair, I'm going to lift the other leg up off the floor. I'm going to work my right leg. So this is my starting position, and all I'm going to do is stick my bottom out and bend my knee at the same time, and then come back up. Simple as that. So we're just going down 6 inches and coming back up again. So do a set with me here. So down and up and down and up. And as we're doing this exercise, the knee is pointing perfectly in line with the toes. So as we bend the knee, it goes over the toes. And as we come up, we want to straighten up so much that we squeeze the buttocks at the top. So we're down like this and up like this. And as I'm doing this exercise, I can feel my quads are just starting to activate, so they're starting to work. And I can also feel it in my hip at the back like this. Now you can see how this is relevant for stairs, because imagine you're climbing a stair now. The first thing you have to do is you have to put this foot on the step above, and then you have to extend the leg to lift your body weight up. So it's very relevant for stair climbing. It's a really safe and easy way to strengthen these muscles at home. Now what you want to do is keep working until you start to get a working ache in your thigh and in your glute muscle, and then you're going to swap sides. So to do the other side, again, we hold onto the chair, take the other leg off the floor, and then stick the bottom out and bend the knee. So down and up, and down and up. Now, if you've got painful knees on this exercise, you don't actually have to go very far down to get a positive effect. Like I'm probably going 6 inches down here, and then coming back up. And already after about 10 or 15 repetitions, I'll start to feel it in my leg in a good way. So you don't need to go right down until your knee is clicking or grinding. If you've got some arthritis there, you can stop just shy of the pain and come back up. And if you do enough repetitions, you will start to feel those muscles working. Now it's important on this exercise that we don't allow our pelvis to drop down to one side. So I see some people doing it like this, and that's wrong, okay? That's gonna put more stress on the body than you need to. So you wanna keep your pelvis level onto one leg and then straight down and back up like that. Lovely exercise to do. Target somewhere between 15 and 20 reps in a row if you can. Obviously build up to that if not. And if you feel you can do more, feel free to do more. And it's a great strengthening exercise for your legs. I would do 3 sets total. You can either do them all in one go or spread throughout the day, and you'll get stronger legs for stairs as a result. The next exercise we're going to do to improve your stair climbing is the hip hike. And this is a brilliant exercise for strengthening the glutes that control the pelvis. And if we don't have strong glutes, as we said, you're going to get this pelvic drop to one side, which is no good at all. So the exercise is quite simple. You just need your bottom step on your staircase to make it work. I'm going to use this step here just so you can see me more easily, but you definitely need something to hold on to as you do this exercise. So let's pretend that I'm on my bottom step here and I'm facing the banister, okay? So the staircase is going to be going up that way, behind, or to my right, and there's the floor. I've got the banister in front of me, so I'd be holding onto the banister like this. And if you can see here, I've got one foot on the step and one foot is just hanging into the air on the lower part of the step here, okay? So what I want to do first is stand up nice and tall, one leg on the step, one leg off. And all we're going to do is keep both legs straight and just dip the pelvis down to one side. So can you see how this leg now is dropped down without me having to bend my knee? And then the second part of the movement is now we're going to pick that other leg up as high as we can into the air. So the movement looks like this. So we drop down and hitch up and drop down and hitch up. It's a very small movement. So if you can see what my leg is doing here, it's probably dropping 4 or 5 inches and then being lifted that 4 or 5 inches back up again. So it's down and up. So the movement really is happening from my pelvis. So I'm dropping my whole pelvis down to one side, to the left, and then hitching it up so it's higher than the right. So the left side is dropping down and then it's hitching back up. And if you're doing this exercise correctly, what you should start to feel is an ache on this part of the hip here. So it's my right hip that's doing the work, because this muscle here is having to contract to pull the leg up, and then it's having to eccentrically contract to slowly lower it back down. Now it's quite an interesting exercise. I'm going to show you from the other side. Obviously I wouldn't recommend you do this without anything to hold on to, but I'm going to just rely on my one hand there for now and basically do the other side. So it's up and then slowly down. Now look at this leg, it's completely straight, so I'm not bending this knee. I'm keeping it as straight as possible and just relying on the movement of the hip to control what my leg is doing. Now this is a great exercise for stairs, because as you switch from your left to your right when you climb or come downstairs, you need to rely on the glutes to stop the pelvis from dropping to one side. And people get into a lot of trouble on stairs because their pelvis isn't strong or their glutes aren't strong, so their knee rolls inwards when they go down or up stairs, and that can be a harmful thing for the knees. So the hip hike is a great way to control that. I would do, again, 10, maybe 20 repetitions of that on each side. A couple of times a day is all it takes, and you should feel a bit of a working ache on the glutes just below the belt line, and that means you're doing it correctly. Now, just one warning, if you're doing it and you feel your lower back hurting, then your technique is not quite right. You're trying to over-rely on your lower back, so it should be the area just underneath the belt that hurts, not the area above the belt that aches after you finish a set. So give those a try and see how you get on. So the next exercise we're going to do to help you improve your stair climbing is another great all-rounder that targets the glutes, the hips, and the quads as well. But before I show you the exercise, I just wanted to note that 88% of people who watch these videos have not yet subscribed to the channel. So if that's you, scroll down, hit the subscribe button, and then you'll be the first to know about our new videos. It's totally free and it really helps the channel. So thank you if you've already done that. Let's have a look at this next exercise, and this is called the step up. And the step up is one of the most relevant exercises for stair climbing because it's basically like replicating stair climbing. So again, I'm going to show you with this block, but you can use your bottom step at home. And the step up, the basic version, is as simple as this. You're going to have one foot on the step, you're going to be facing dead forward up your staircase, and then either with some handrail support or without, you're going to push up and drive up with your opposite knee, and then very slowly put the movement back into reverse. So I'll show you again. So facing dead on, you're going to bring your body weight forward, stand up, bring the knee up in front, and then slowly come back down. So it's a nice exercise for both sides of the body, because this side really is working harder because you've got your glutes and your quads contracting to drive you up. But this side is also working because you get to practice that hip flexion movement of stepping up to the next step. So that's a really nice movement to do to improve your stair climbing. But if that's quite easy for you and you really want to get better at stairs, you can add in a small weight. And what I would do for this exercise is I would hold the weight in the opposite hand to where I was stepping up on. So I've got my right foot on the step and the weight is in my left hand. Again, we're going to have the same kind of movement, and we're going to come up and forward, driving up. And the reason I've got the weight in this hand here is because the weight is trying to pull me down this way, and my glutes are having to now work harder to keep me up and level. So I'll show you again. So up and drive, and then slowly back down. Up and drive, and then slowly back down. Really good for power, this exercise. It will help a lot of people in sports. It's a great way to work the glutes in a weight-bearing position. And if you want to work the other side, it would look like this. So you swap over, come up, and then slowly back down. So up, trying to keep the pelvis level on the way down, up, and then down, up, and then down. And as you're doing this exercise, you probably want to target about 10 repetitions on each side. If you can do more than 15 or 20, I would recommend getting hold of one of these small dumbbells just to make it a touch harder for you. 3 sets on each leg would be a great way to build the right muscles to help you climb stairs more easily. Then my final exercise to help you climb stairs more easily is the slow sit to stand. And this is one of my favorite ever exercises for people over 50, but it's really relevant for climbing and descending stairs. And one of the reasons for it is that when we do the slow sit to stand, what we want to do is come up nice and quickly, but on the way down, we go as slowly as possible. And the reason this is so effective for stair climbing is because as we go down slowly, our muscles are lengthening, which we call the eccentric phase of muscle contraction. And that is exactly what happens when we're coming down the stairs. So many of the exercises I've shown you up to now are for ascending stairs, so climbing them, but this exercise is amazing for helping you control that coming down phase, which is when many people get into trouble. So I'll show you how the exercise works. You want to shuffle to the edge of your chair. We're not going to use our hands because that's cheating. Hands go across your chest like this. You bring your body weight forward and stand up, nose over toes, if you remember my saying from before. And then on the way back down, we want to very, very slowly stick the bottom out, slowly come down to the chair. It should take 4, maybe 5 seconds to reach the chair, and you want to land like a feather. So you don't hear any creaks, any groans, nothing like that on the chair. It should be silent as you reach the surface. So I'll show you again, hands across chest, nose over toes, come up like this, and then on the way down, we do it really slowly to 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, so I took 5 seconds to get down. Start with 4 seconds. If you want to slow it down even more, you can, but it's such a good exercise for that lengthening phase of the muscle, and it's a really good strength training exercise for people over 50. Now, if you want to make this exercise harder, you can add a weight in, and the way you'd add the weight in is by holding it close to your chest like this. Okay, so a small dumbbell into your chest, come forward and up, nose over toes, and then on the way back down again, stick the bottom out, slowly reverse it back down like this. And having that weight just gives it an extra layer of challenge. Now I recommend most people do 5 of those in a row. If you want to do more, you can, but 5 in a row is usually enough to start to get a bit of a working ache. And then just little and often throughout the day is what works best for this one. So 3-4 times a day is enough to help to improve your strength and help you climb stairs much more easily. So those are some of my best exercises to make stair climbing much more easy for you. I hope you found that video useful. If you have, do drop a comment below because I love to read your thoughts on the videos. And if you want to get more from me, you can pick up a copy of my book. It's called Thriving Beyond 50, and you can find it on Amazon using the link below. It's got loads more exercises and tips just like this video. Anyway, thanks so much for watching. I appreciate your time, and I'll speak to you on the next one.